order size. Now, shares of more than 15 companies have suffered a single-day decline of more than 15% so far in 2025. A CNBC-TV18 analysis shows a majority of these stocks, including IndusInd Bank and PNB Housing, are yet to reclaim lost ground. Nimesh is here with more. Nimesh.
Well, calendar year 2025 has been a tough year so far. The index returns are just 4%, but there's been a lot of companies where we've seen accidents wherein a single day the stocks have corrected between 50 to 30%. And interestingly, none of them or most of them have struggled to recover or reclaim their previous highs. So let me run through the list and the reason as well. The first stock is PG Electroplast. In a single day on August 8th, the stock corrected 20%, and that's followed by another 18% fall since the August 8th closing. So that's in a big sharp correction. And the reason for that is the company has sharply cut the FY26 guidance after a weak Q1. Look at the revenue growth guidance. They've cut the revenue growth guidance to 17 to 19% from 30% earlier. And they've cut the profit guidance to just 3 to 7% versus 39% earlier. And to add to it, the promoters just in May sold a big stake of 5.5%. So that added to the further frustration for a lot of investors. That was the first big accident of 2025, which was a recent one. The second name is PNB Housing. A single day fall of 18% on August 1st. And after that, the stock has fallen another 5%. So it's actually underperformed. And the reason for the fall was that the MD and CEO, Girish, decided to quit, and they've announced his exit as well. Why the stock reacted very sharply is because ever since he took over in October 2022, the stock has given and has re-rated almost 3 times since then. So that was the reason why the street fell a bit disappointment on PNB Housing. So that was a big accident. The third big name is IEX, that Indian Energy Exchange. On a single day on July 24th, the stock corrected 30%. Well, the stock has seen a bit of a recovery from there. But the big reason for the fall was that regulator CERC announced market coupling, and that was a big negative for the company. In fact, Bernstein after that went ahead and has downgraded the stock to an underperform, and they've cut the target price to 99. So big accident in IEX as well in 2025. The next stock is IndusInd Bank. The single day fall for that stock was on March 11th when the stock fell 27% in a single day. Well, we've seen a bit of a recovery as well, but still the stock has not come to its previous highs. And the reason for the fall was that the bank announced an accounting lapses, which was amounting to a loss of close to 1580 crores. After that, there was a bit of change of guard as well. And finally, the RBI approved appointment of Rajiv Anand as a new MD and CEO. So need to see whether we see a bit of a recovery in that name going forward. But that was another big accident in IndusInd Bank. The next name is an MNC name, Whirlpool. On a single day, the stock corrected 20% on Jan 30. Well, the stock has recovered 38%, but it has actually hit a low of 818 before we saw a bit of recovery as well. And the reason for the fall was that parent Whirlpool Corp, they announced that they're going to cut the stake in the Indian company from 51% to 20%. So they're going to sell 31% before the end of this calendar year. So that was the reason why Whirlpool corrected sharply as well. And the next stock in the list is Cyient. A single day fall of 23% on Jan 24th. And after that, it fell another 13%. The stock actually hit a low of 52 low on April 7th. The big reason for the fall was a sharp cut in the guidance after their earnings in Q3, and also that the MD and CEO had announced to quit, and that led to a big derating in Cyient as well. So these are the few names where we've seen individual stocks correcting sharply. The big cliche in the market, which proves right, is never catch a falling knife. And this data suggests that none of these companies which have fallen so sharply have struggled to reclaim their previous highs. So stocks have fallen very sharply, many of them in this calendar year on the back of some of the other announcements. But there's been massive accidents in at least 15 to 16 companies since the beginning of 2025.